Welcome back to another segment of Real Talk with Robin. Robin Gwaltney is from the Gwaltney Group. This is a local trustworthy real estate team. This segment is all about topics, issues, information local homeowners, buyers, sellers need to know. And thank you again, Robin, to coming in on a Thursday.
Always a pleasure.
Awesome. So we are talking about the spring market. Are we in the spring market now?
It's the spring market. The spring market sprung early this year. I mean, I have been telling people for almost a month that we're in spring market.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So a lot of sellers want to know when is the optimal time to put my house on the market and get it sold, right?
Right.
Or buyers say, when is there going to be the most inventory to choose from, right? We're here. We're there.
We're here.
All right. So now is the time. If you're thinking about getting your house on the market, this is the time to do
Okay.
it. And of course, the buyers are already out there in full forces, but
Right.
you know, always room for more to join in.
Okay, and so we were talking a little bit about match day and how that affects the Rochester market. Tell us a little bit more about that too.
Okay, well, match day is big, so that's what makes it a good time to put your house on the market because there's going to be a good influx of buyers. Just mail. So match day, everybody knows what match day is if you live in Rochester. Most people. I'll go over it just
Yes,
in case
please.
people don't. So you know, these young doctors, they've done their years of college, they've done their years of medical school, and now they have to start their residency. So they match for where they're going to do their residency, and they fill out their wish list of 1, 2, and 3 choices, and then they find out no matter where you're a doctor, wherever you're a medical school graduate across the country, you find out where you're going to match, and it's always the 3rd Friday of March. So next week.
Right.
Okay, so it's coming up. And that means that people are saying, well, if I match in Rochester, because that was my number one choice, I'm starting to look at what's available. So they're out there scrolling, looking
Right.
at the listings, right? And I know Mayo Clinic alone matches approximately 350 residents.
Wow.
So I mean, it's a big deal. It's
Yes.
like these young doctors are coming in. They don't all buy a house, of course. Some of them actually rent, but it's always a better financial situation to buy if you can, and especially if you can live there for those 4 years or
Right.
6 years or whatever you end up staying in Rochester and walking away with it having cost you nothing or maybe even made some money. So it's a good option.
Okay.
So if you have a house that would fit that residence income, which is, you know, I don't want to judge because obviously they're not starting out at the top, but
Right.
a lot of them have help from families, or sometimes they're a couple and the other one is working. Sometimes they're 2 residents, and we
Yep.
see it all. Used to be, when I started in this business 25 years ago, what the residents were looking for was far less than what it is now. But I would say anything within that $250 and $450 price range is a sweet spot for most of the
Okay.
residents. You know, certainly we see some that buy above it. But if you have a house in that price range and you're looking to get it on the market, now's the time. But we want to have it ready for the market.
Yes. How do we do that?
So make sure it looks the absolute best it can look. You know, clean, clean, clean. And I mean power wash the outside, clean the windows, even go down into your furnace room, dust the cobwebs, put a new furnace filter in. Please make sure all your light bulbs work and they're all the same color. At least in the same room, they're the same color. I hate turning on a bathroom vanity. One's
yellow.
burnt out, one's
Yeah.
yellow, one's white, one's blue. Oh my gosh, please.
Right.
So yes, there's lots of little hints that can make your house look primo. And I will say, focus on the front door, on your curb appeal, right? Because when I bring a buyer up to the front door and I'm opening the lockbox to get the key, they're looking around like, is it clean? Is
Right.
it well taken care of? If you still have a dead, dying Christmas tree sitting there in March, it doesn't look good,
Yeah,
right?
time to throw it away.
Right,
Yeah.
so clean it up, spruce it up, put a nice fresh plant if the weather permits, right? If it's still snowing, then obviously not.
Right.
Fresh doormat, you know, make it look nice. I can certainly give you all that advice, and any professional realtor can. So this is why, if you're thinking about getting on the market, you want to call us.
Yes.
You want us to come over. You
Yes.
want us to tell you exactly what your house needs. There's even things like painting and carpeting, and we have contacts for that stuff.
Oh,
and we
wow.
have we know companies that won't even charge you for the work until after the house is sold. So we have lots of good information.
Oh, so it's right at your fingertips.
Right.
How do we contact you? We need to know.
Absolutely. Please feel free to call me on my cell phone anytime. I will always answer my phone. If I don't, it's only because I'm talking to somebody else, but I will call you back, and that's a promise. So my cell phone number, it's all up on the screen. My cell phone number is 507-259-4926. Feel free to learn more about us on our website at gwaltneygroup.com.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you. Everybody needs to check out the Gwaltney Group because it is all right there. You have it all figured out for everybody, right?
Yes, we do. And we love to share our info.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Rob, for coming in on a Thursday, and I can't wait to see you again next week.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Well, we'll be back with more Midwest Access right after this.